Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. It is week 15 and we only have 3 weeks of the regular season remaining in the NFL, and I am back once again with my teaser picks for this week. We've been really successful over the last 2 weeks with our teaser picks, and I'm back here once again with two more two-team teaser picks for you to hopefully add to your NFL picks this week to add some profit to your bankroll. So we'll start it off with a couple of odds here. I'm going teasing down some favorites in this one. Well, the first one is the New Orleans Saints heading into St. Louis to play the Rams here, teasing the Saints down from a -6 favorite on the road to a pick'em in this game. I think they have a really good value, even though they have not played great on the road. The Rams obviously don't have much of an offense to compete with the Saints offense and Drew Brees. I really feel like even though the Saints have struggled on the road this season, I think the Rams are the type of team that they can come in and exploit, despite the Rams playing pretty good defense most of the time this season. The Saints as a pick'em, I think, have a really excellent teaser value here. To start off our teaser for our first teaser. And the second one, also teasing a favorite down to a pick'em here, but this time it's the home favorite. The Indianapolis Colts come in as a 6-point favorite against the Texans this week. Going to tease them down to a pick'em to add to the Saints is also a pick'em here in our first teaser of the week. Now the Colts obviously have been very, very up and down this season. They had a horrible showing last week against the Bengals on the road, but at home this season they've actually played rather well, and I think Andrew Luck, especially on offense, should have a resurgence this week against a Texans defense that, although plays pretty well against the pass, does not play great against the run. Either way, even though the Colts have struggled in both of those areas at least at one point this season, I think that this week they see that their playoff chances are on the line this week against a horrible Houston team, and I think they take care of business here at this one. So for our first teaser, add the Saints as a pick'em and the Colts as a pick'em as well. The second one I have for you, the first game is a game between the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars, where the Jags come in as a 2-point home favorite in this game. Going to tease them up to +8 here for a tremendous value. Now, we cashed our prop with the Jaguars leading the way here last week, and I'm going with it once again. They've won 3 games in a row straight up, won 4 of their last 5 games straight up, and I think they're going to have another tremendous showing against the Buffalo Bills team that's probably one of the worst, if not the worst, road team in the NFL this season. They're 1-5 straight up and against the spread on the road this season. Had a horrific showing last week where they only put up a field goal on the road in Florida. I think they do the same exact thing here tonight. In our second leg of this teaser, going with the Sunday night game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers here, where the Steelers come in as a 2.5-point underdog at home, and I'm teasing them up to a +8.5 here against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals obviously will probably have a pretty good showing in this game, likely win it outright, but I don't think they're going to win it by that much, even if they do. And I think the Steelers do have some pretty good underdog money line value as well, if you check out our Mixing Up Your NFL Picks article this week. The Steelers, if they can play good defense against the running attack of the Cincinnati Bengals, I think they really have a chance to win this game outright, let alone cover +8.5. The Bengals on the road present a lot of matchup problems here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're one of the most balanced offenses and even defenses in the entire NFL, but they have lost some guys this season. They've lost 2 Pro Bowlers so far for the season on their defense, Geno Atkins and Leon Hall, and I think those guys are going to be thoroughly missed on the road at a big Sunday night football matchup here between them and the Steelers. And with the Steelers, obviously, with Ike Taylor, I think he's going to lock down A.J. Green in this game, hold him to probably a lesser game, as much like they did in the first matchup where they played in Cincinnati, where he held him to only about 5 receptions for, I believe it was like 40 or 50 yards. And without A.J. Green really stretching the field and providing that mismatch on the outside, I think the Steelers have a great chance at being able to stop the running attack of BenJarvus, Green Ellis, and Gio Bernard in this game. So for our second teaser, I'm going with the Jags +8, Steelers +8.5, adding that to the Saints and Colts as a pick'em. Both those two your teaser picks for this week for our 2 6-point teasers. But best of luck to you on these two. I'll see you back here this weekend for more NFL picks. But I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of The Sharp Pick.